Hello and welcome to all of our viewers here today. I'm Fiona Langsharp, IBCLC Director of Communications and MC for Gold Learning. We're here today and we are getting ready for our Gold Lactation Conference 2020. And I am very delighted to be sitting down with two guests today. And we've got Dixie Whetsell here with us and Lisa Gonzales. So welcome to both of you. I am very excited to have you both here. And of course, you know already, because we've been talking about it offline, about this topic that you're going to be talking about. So I wanted you both to have an opportunity to introduce yourselves. So Dixie, why don't you go first? Maybe tell us a little bit about yourself, and then of course tell us where you are and in the world and what your practice looks like.
Okay, so we're very excited to be talking about this topic too. I currently teach in a Pathway 2 program at Portland State University in the OHSU PSU School of Public Health and provide lactation training there, and have worked with breastfeeding families for almost 30 years in different practice settings. And the last practice setting I was in a hospital setting with a children's hospital, a high-risk maternity hospital, and got to see patients all over that hospital, those two hospitals. So it was really exciting work.
And I saw for you, Dixie, that you've practiced in all different settings too. So I saw you were even private practice as well. So you've lots of experience right across the board. But this one, of course, I think you've maybe found a little bit of niche area that you're loving there as well.
Definitely. I've been fortunate enough to have lots of different opportunities working in public health, working in WIC programs. And of course, you see in the community, you see different kinds of situations than you do in the hospital. So all of those settings have been rich and rewarding for me.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for that. And welcome to Lisa Gonzales to Gold
Hello.
Lactation. So Lisa,
Thank you.
yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself and what it looks like for you. And I know you've had a little bit of a shift in your journey too, as far as a professional goes. So perhaps you want to tell us about that as well.
Yeah, I'm a nurse and I started out in labor and delivery, high risk labor and delivery. And after I had my kids, decided to move a little bit more towards lactation. So I took
Mhm.
lactation course with Dixie, and then started working at the same hospital with her. And now I do private practice.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, that's great. So it just how life turns out, serendipitous or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, it sounds like your passions overtook some of what you wanted to do. And that was that based on your experience, or because I know after having your first baby, was there something that really spoke to you in that journey, Lisa?
Oh, yes, I did not get the help that I needed.
Ah,
And so I wanted to learn more so that I didn't have the same issues the
mm-hmm.
second time. And I thought, well, I should maybe just take a class about that.
Well,
And
that's
now here
amazing.
I am.
And here we are. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to let everybody know that Lisa and Dixie are going to be with us for our Gold Lactation Conference 2020. Registration is open right now. I will let you know that they're going to be speaking live with us, which is just going to be amazing, because once we start talking about this topic, I know that you're going to have plenty of questions, and they're going to be going over a case study as well, which I know many of you love and adore. So we'll let you know if you're interested in coming to that live event. You got to put it on your calendars right now, because it's going to be Monday, the 6th of April for most of you. Okay, so again, you can go to our website at goldlactation.com and it will actually list all of the time zones for you. That's right. Once you log in, you'll see the time zones that are located in your area. And so that way you'll be able to figure out what time they're going to be with you on Monday, the 6th of April. So that's pretty exciting. Okay, ladies, so here we go. We're going to dive into a few things, because you know that since I've been online, so I've been online with these ladies for quite a bit of time today, which has been wonderful. And we've been talking a lot about this topic and this presentation. So they've already kind of got to me a little bit, because I've been pursuing more questions with them very excitedly about this topic. So the topic that you're going to be presenting on, lactation anaphylaxis, is a case study. Now, this just blew up in front of me, because now I'm thinking about all these different scenarios. But I want to know what happened for the both of you in terms of why this topic, because it seems such a rarity. I don't know, but it seems like it's so far out there. Does it really happen? That's the question I asked myself. Could it really be possible? And then once I started talking to you and seeing what you're producing, I was like, my goodness, it happens. It's for real. And it could have happened to some of my clients. So again, maybe Dixie, you want to kick off by just saying, like, telling me a little bit of why this topic kind of got to you.
hmm Well, if you can think about your busy day at a hospital and you get a phone call for a referral to a mother who is in the hospital being readmitted because of a reaction that she's having, and
Mm-hmm.
so that was unusual in the first place. And then learning more about this topic of lactation anaphylaxis, because that was the diagnosis that we received with the referral. Then I had to quickly dive in and do some searching and some learning about it very quickly. And it made me think exactly what you said. Here I am after all these years of experience, and I've never heard of this before. And I was working with 3 other people that day, and none of those lactation consultants had ever heard of it before. And then we began to realize, wow, this is an area that maybe lactation consultants need more information about, because it certainly does happen with breastfeeding families.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I and clearly it does happen, because now I know one of the things, sneak peek, is that you're going to be sharing some data and research. I think one of the coolest things that I saw today, although I mean I do feel very badly for the mom, but she was very gracious in order to share her story and her pictures with you. And although they're only for our viewers on the day, this is going to be tremendously important for all of you to come and actually visually see this. So I'll just let you know that that's what we're going to be seeing to help identify what happened. Lisa, maybe I could ask you a question in terms of, when you were reviewing this case and having a look at it, was this a surprise to you as well? Like, was this something that you had thought about, seen before? Tell me a little bit about your perspective.
So Dixie gave me a call and said, "You saw this patient before. Was there anything that you noticed?" And that's sort of what started it. Um, and that it was a different day. I
Hmm.
hadn't heard of it. Nobody else that I was working had heard of it.
Right.
And that's uh, how we got into more research and
Yeah.
thinking that other people need to hear about this, because it can really go either way for the mother
Uh-huh.
um, if they're able to continue breastfeeding or not.
Right.
This is because there were both outcomes in the reviews, the case reports that have been published already.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to pause right here because I'm going to ask our audience. This is what I am so curious about right now. And I know we'll get a chance to do this on the day, but as you're listening in right now to Dixie and Lisa and myself talking about lactation anaphylaxis, maybe you can comment below and let us know if you've seen it, if you've heard of it before, what your recommendations are per policy in your facility. I'm really so curious now, where is this happening in the world, and all those types of things. I hope that you'll tell us a little bit about that too, because I know you've got a little research on that as well. So I'm really excited to hear more. But that's what I want to hear from our audience, because I think this conversation needs to be taken to the next level. So tell me, on your journey, as you have been producing this, and now you've got a great presentation for us ahead, which is going to be fabulous. But in the time that you put this together, did you start to engage with other people and ask those questions, just like I want to know right now? Did you hear from other stories around the world of where this is happening too?
We communicated with one of the folks that published the most recent case study,
Hmm.
and picked his brain a little bit to find it was a physician, and find out a little bit more about that particular case.
Right.
And I think it made us really interested in looking back, as well
Hmm.
as looking at this very recent case and comparing the kind of support and advice that parents were
Right.
getting through over the last, what is this, 20 plus years, right?
Right, absolutely. And perhaps you can tell me, do we have protocols nationally? Do we have them in the US? Do we have them internationally? Like is there a sort of a, even a, is there a protocol of events that we're supposed to follow in this scenario? Like, what are we supposed to do?
The main things that exist now are for any type of anaphylaxis. So there are protocols for that,
Right.
particularly in emergency rooms, because that's usually where people
Sure.
present.
Yeah.
But for lactation anaphylaxis specifically, no.
Mm.
The main problem with lactation anaphylaxis, maybe not the main problem, but a problem, is
Sure.
recognizing that's what it is, and
Gotcha.
that milk expression is the problem.
Mm.
Um, but as far as treating the anaphylaxis, it's the same as other types of anaphylaxis, but the mechanism is different.
Right, right. And I'm just thinking too, like the whole support factor and, particularly the counseling, how to counsel through something like this. And again, this is, I mean, I feel like we're going to do your whole presentation here, but I was just so excited today when I saw it. But I know that that's something that I was looking for. So I really can't wait actually to ask you some more of these questions on the day. So be ready, ladies. I'm going to be coming online armed with so many questions, and I know many of our viewers too who are listening in will likely have those questions too, because this is something that although it might be rarer, but it's happening. And as I had mentioned offline to both of you that in my mind I was thinking through cases that I've had and that I could have missed. And that's a reality. I didn't have this information. I didn't really think it through. And in terms of, sometimes we have sent hives on our clients, but, they've been somewhat dismissed. And now I feel like I have a whole new, schedule written out on the questions that I would be asking next and doing follow-up. So this has triggered an awful lot of, information already. And I can't wait to hear the response from our delegates. Now, as you've moved forward and you've gotten right into this, and I think it was you, Dixie, did you not say this was a bit of a rabbit hole that you kind of got into, right?
Yes, when we started talking about it more, I think
Yeah,
Lisa and I are both a little prone to going down rabbit holes about these kinds of things, and I think that's what makes lactation work so thrilling, is that,
right,
you never know what's going to walk in the door. You never know what that family is going to bring you as
right.
far as their story, and it really encouraged both of us to be looking at some things that we discovered along the way and
Yeah.
understanding the bigger picture connections of some things that we didn't really consider before.
Right. Yeah, no, that's fabulous. And I'm assuming the same for you, Lisa. You're sort of just don't want to let go, right? You just want to know what's going to happen mid and later on with this mom. Is
Yeah.
that right?
Yes, one discovery about, oh, this is how that works, leads to another one, which leads to another one, and you're going, oh gosh, okay, this is all related. Um,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
so yes, it's a rabbit hole is a good word for it.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what makes lactation consultants, almost a little, I mean, we're biased, but we'd say we're unique in the profession because we do come with a whole plethora of skills, including this counseling, but going to these whole new levels of research and understanding these very detailed types of cases. And so this is going to be a really important presentation, I think. And again, like I said, I've got a page full of questions for you ready on my desk here. So I can't wait to get into those. But we'll leave that for the day. So again, let's just recap what's going to be happening at Gold Lactation this year. We've got Lisa Gonzales and Dixie Whetsell are going to be with us on Monday, the 6th of April. So that's going to be a live day. Now, of course, you can come to the recorded event. If you can't make it that day, of course, you're welcome to, and you'll be able to ask questions online too. So don't feel like you're going to miss out. But we love it, of course, when our audience comes live. We get real-time questions, which is going to be a lot of fun. Right, ladies?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah, you're ready too. I know you are, because I know that you're going to be watching that chat as well as those real-time questions come in. So we're going to have a great time that day. So thank you once again to Dixie Whetsell and to Lisa Gonzales for being with us here today.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And then, of course, to all of you, our listening audience, you can go to the website right now, goldlactation.com, to register. We actually open up on March 30th. So I want to remind you that that is an open access and free presentation there with Brenna Sampe. So join us for that day. She'll be presenting twice that day. So there's lots of time for you to come and join in those live presentations as well. And you can look forward to seeing myself, Dixie, and Lisa on camera on the live day as well. So I look forward to seeing you, all of you then. Thanks everyone for joining us for today, and we'll talk to you all soon once again. Bye-bye for now.